Check. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, let's start with basmalah and prayer. We pray that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala will give us useful knowledge in tonight's session and will make English easier for us to learn. Pray begin. Okay. Thank you. So, as you can see, and as you know, tonight we will have another session of NOD. What is NOD? Yes, that's correct. 100 for you. And what is our topic for tonight? Teen. We always discuss teen problems, guys. Okay, so the keywords are here. Social media. I believe everyone has at least interacted or used social media. Who has never used social media before? Raise your hand. I will give you bang bang. Okay. Who has never used TikTok? Who has never? Okay, I can see a lot of hands. What about Instagram? No, I know you. I know. Who has never used Instagram? Never, ever. No, you used it. I know, I interviewed you. But you didn't really use it. Who has never used Facebook? Never used Facebook. Okay, thank you. Never used Twitter. Okay, thank you. Now, who has ever used all of them? Who has used all of them? TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Okay. So little, but 5 or 6 people. Thank you. So tonight we will discuss the pros and cons in social media usage among teenagers like you. Next, please. By the way, I took these slides from, I don't know, from Alcohol and Drugs Houston. I don't know what that is, but I have made some rearrangements on the slides. So please go to the next slide. Okay, so this is the question for you. How much time do you spend daily, especially during your stay at home, looking at your handphone screen? Can I know who use social media more than 1 hour a day when at home? More than 1 hour. Okay, it's like 70% of you. What about more than 2 hours? Okay, still the same. What about more than 3 hours? Okay, it's like 60%. More than 4 hours a day on social media. Alright, it's like 50%. More than 6 hours a day. Oh my goodness. Yes. A day. Oh my god. 7 hours? Oh my god. The camera doesn't show, so don't worry. Okay, thank you guys. So, we can conclude that many teenagers spend very much time on social media on a daily basis, including you guys. Next. 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 Okay. These are the data from the institution that conducted the research. So yeah, this data was taken like 7 or 8 years ago, and I think it's still somewhat relevant to today's teenagers, especially that the pandemic makes everyone unable to go outside and play with friends. So from here we can see that most teenagers are exposed to social media for whatever reasons. Next slide, please. Yeah, from Pew Research Center, 2014. Okay. These are the data for social media apps that are most downloaded in 2020. And TikTok has been the king overall. I believe you guys know why. And then yeah, we've got Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. But I think this was done I don't know, I'm not sure in which country this data was taken, but I believe Indonesia can also relate. Okay? Next. Again, this data is an old data, but I believe it's still relevant until today. So what social media are they using? Yeah, we haven't got TikTok at that time, but we can go to the next slide. Okay, these are the world's most used. The previous data was the most downloaded. Now is the most used social media platforms today. So as of January 2022, last month, the first one was still Facebook, and then the second is YouTube, the third is WhatsApp, fourth Instagram, fifth WeChat in China, and the next is TikTok. But this data is taken from across ages. So it's not only teenagers, it also included adults and golden age people and so on. Next. What are they posting on social media? Especially teenagers, yeah? Boys and girls, both, they use their real names, they post pictures, your interests, such as movies, music, books, or anything else, your birthday, your school name, the city, or where you live, your relationship status. Sometimes you tag someone in your bio, right? Your email address. No, this is not relevant anymore. I think videos of you, your cell phone number. What else? What else do you guys post nowadays? Memes, right? Memes. What else? Maybe some quotes or some educational stuff, or some hand lettering stuff, art and designing. You guys post a lot of things on social media now. Next. Okay, now we're gonna watch a video. So please click the link. This is how social media changed our brain. And game is another thing.
With social media sites being used by 1/3 of the entire world, they've clearly had a major influence on society. But what about our bodies? Here are 5 crazy ways that social media and the internet are affecting your brain right now. Can't log off? Surprisingly, 5 to 10% of internet users are actually unable to control how much time they spend online. Though it's a psychological addiction as opposed to a substance addiction, brain scans of these people actually show a similar impairment of regions that those with drug dependence have. Specifically, there's a clear degradation of white matter in the regions that control emotional processing, attention, and decision-making. Because social media provides immediate rewards with very little effort required, your brain begins to rewire itself, making you desire these stimulations. And you begin to crave more of this neurological excitement after each interaction. Sounds a little like a drug, right? We also see a shift when looking at multitasking. You might think that those who use social media or constantly switch between work and websites are better at multitasking, but studies have found that when comparing heavy media users to others, they perform much worse during task switching tests. Increased multitasking online reduces your brain's ability to filter out interferences and can even make it harder for your brain to commit information to memory. Like when your phone buzzes in the middle of productive work. Or wait, did it even buzz? Phantom vibration syndrome is a relatively new psychological phenomenon where you think you felt your phone go off, but it didn't. In one study, 89% of test subjects said they experienced this at least once every 2 weeks. It would seem that our brains now perceive an itch as an actual vibration from our phone. As crazy as it seems, technology has begun to rewire our nervous system, and our brains are being triggered in a way they never have before in history. Social media also triggers the release of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. Using MRI scans, scientists found that the reward centers in people's brains are much more active when they're talking about their own views as opposed to listening to others. Not so surprising, we all love talking about ourselves, right? But it turns out that about 30 to 40% of face-to-face conversations involve communicating our own experiences. Around 80% of social media communication is self-involved. The same part of your brain related to orgasms, motivation, and love are stimulated by your social media use, and even more so when you know you have an audience. Our body is physiologically rewarding us for talking about ourselves online. But it's not all so self-involved. In fact, studies on relationships have found that partners tend to like each other more if they meet for the first time online rather than with a face-to-face interaction. Whether it's because people are more anonymous or perhaps more clear about their future goals, there's a statistical increase in successful partnerships that started online. So while the internet has changed our verbal communication with increased physical separation, perhaps the ones that matter the most end up even closer. Speaking of social media, we had you ask us questions on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, Google+, and every other social platform we could find, and did a Q&A video over on ASAP Thought. So if you feel like getting some insider info on ASAP Science and behind the scenes, check it out with the link in the description.
I think it's done.
Don't have any question you want to answer?
Okay.
Ask it.
Let's go back to the slides. Lights on. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, next. Okay, so these are the dangers of some dangers of social media usage for teenagers. As you can see, teenagers' brain are not ready to filter all the information that go to their brains. May I have your attention, please? Okay, and teenagers are still trying to define who they are. They're still trying to define themselves, okay? And they also crave positive feedback. They want people's attention and to help them see how is their identity, okay? And also they use social media feedback, they use social media for getting feedback. It can be like comments, likes, DMs, or social interaction, but they are looking in a dangerous place. So, because social media is hiding a lot of elements in communication. We don't see the faces, we don't see the body gestures, we don't see the facial expressions. There are many non-verbal cues that are hidden by social media. Not to mention that there are many fake accounts, people who pretend to be someone while there are someone else. I believe some of you also have fake accounts and you guys know how it works, right? And also it's harmful because firstly, public rejection. Some teenagers are not ready to accept the fact that not everyone will like them, even their friends. Okay, there goes cyberbullying and all those shamings, body shamings, smart shamings, all those kinds of shamings. And also it can lead to addiction. And also you can be exposed to some adult content or some graphic contents. In addition, you may also neglect your study and other important things, such as your connection with your family, your connection with your God, and your connection with your own self. Those are some of the dangers. Next. Meanwhile, there are also benefits of social media usage for teenagers or kids. Yeah? For example, opportunities for community engagement. I believe some of you have found something like designing community, photography community, people from around the world who have the same hobbies or passions as you, and you can share ideas with them. Number two, enhancement of individual and collective creativity. There are a lot of things that you can do, such as you create your own content, you try to be more confident through creating your own videos like that. And maybe you can also explore ideas or references. For example, you don't know what to do, so you find like competitions, you find programs in social media, or you find content ideas and so on. Number three, growth ideas. You find motivation, people's stories, you find study or university information and so on that make you motivated to be better. Number four, expansion of one's online connections. This is the same basically with the first one, but specifically with individuals. Maybe you have not met your friends for 10 years, and then suddenly their username popped up in your social media, so you can reconnect with them. Or you can reconnect with, who knows, anyone in the world. You can connect with influencers, those with blue tick badges. You can connect with literally anyone on social media. And then fostering of one's individual identity and unique social skill. You can find what your passion is in social media, right? You can find some skills you can learn in social media. So those are the benefits of social media. I believe this is the last slide, right? Do we have the slide, the next slide? Okay, so right now I want to have 8 volunteers to come up here and debate on the pros and the cons of social media usage for teenagers. So I need 4 people here who agree on social media usage for teenagers, and this one who disagrees with social media usage for teenagers. And remember, I don't care if it's your idea or not, I just care your speaking ability or speaking skills. Okay, so don't worry, we will not be judging you, we just want to hear you talk. Okay? So can I have the 4 people in the pros, please? Raise your hands. 4 people. You can turn off the. Yes, please. Thank you. Okay, for the pro. Hey, Asa, please.
Can I go to disagree, sir?
Disagree? Okay, sure. Okay? Or should I choose? I'm gonna choose, okay? I'm gonna choose people who were born in February. Please, stand up. You were born in February, you stand up. Okay, yes. Please choose your side, agree or disagree. Only Raka? Rafif, okay. Choose your side. Okay. Okay, Amber. Okay. Who else? Who else is born in February? Cityscape. Okay, yes, which one? Okay, agree, disagree. Among the entire population, we only have 4 people born in February. I refuse to believe. Facts. Okay. Oh, you guys again. Can we give opportunities for the others first? Okay. Thank you. Okay. Have you joined previously? Okay, you can first disagree. So, okay, who else wants to volunteer? Zaya, okay. To your side. Who else wants to volunteer? We need two more people disagreeing. Okay. It's okay, if he doesn't want, it's okay. So the next question should be February is the second month. Who is from the second list of the attendance? Attendance. Number 2 in the attendance list. Come forward. From 10 IPA 1. What's he doing? Okay. IPA 2. Where is he? Where is he? Okay, please. From IPS. From IPS. Who from US? Okay, this time forward. Only if you want. If you don't want, it's okay. From 11th grade, IPA 1, IPA 2, religion. Oh yeah, 10 religion. Sorry. 10 religion, who? Okay, it's okay. Don't force. Okay, the last person from 11th grade, who is in the second sequence. Please come forward, or anyone who wants to volunteer for the last place. Anyone? Anyone, guys? Okay, thank you. Can you just turn off the projector? Okay. So, can I have your attention, please? I can hear some voice. Sorry. I can hear some voice. Okay. Yang berisik nyanyi. Okay. Now, I will remind you about the regulation for our night of dispute. So we will have 3 rounds. The first round is the opening. The second round is the dispute or the debate. And the third round is the closing. During the opening and the closing or the conclusion, you cannot refute, nggak bisa ngedebat, ngebantah anyone. Kalian bisa debate during the debate session, okay? So I will be the moderator as usual. I will let you know who will speak and when he will speak. And the audience can also speak when I let you speak. Okay, so just follow my lead. Okay, so who is the opener from Agree? Pro? Okay, you're the opening. Can you have you arrange your seat so I can know who will be the closer or the debater? The second session, the debater. What's the debater? Conclusion? Who conclusion? Okay. Okay, please sit down. Opening. Closing. Okay. Okay, ya. Okay. So, for the opening, you only have 1 minute to speak in front. For the closing, you will also have 1 minute. But for the debate session, you will have 2 minutes. And then you can be refuted by anyone. We will start with your opponent first, and then we can go to the audience. And you can reply to each other, okay? I hope it's understandable. So we start the opening session with the pro team. So pro team, time is yours. Can you give the mic? Do we have another mic? We have a lot of mics. We should have. Okay. Please open the session. 1 minute maximum.
So there's a lot benefit that we can get from the social media. Firstly, social media can grow ideas. You can find a lot of ideas in the social media, and then you can connect person around the world. You can make a new friend around the world, around the world. So you can make friend with native, and then you can practice your language maybe. The example English gitu. You make friend with English.
Okay, time's up. Thank you very much. So now the opener from the con side, please.
Yes. All right. I'm really nervous right now. Okay. I've watched once a documentary called. Maybe some of you have watched this documentary called The Social Dilemma from Netflix. It says there, I remember a line. They say the only two industries to call their customers as users are first is drugs factories or companies, and it's obviously illegal. And the second is social media companies. So both companies offers a high risks of getting addicted to both of them. So social media we can say that is equal to drugs. Just because social media has a lot of positive sides or functions, doesn't mean like let's take a look at simple analogies.
Thank you. Hands up.
So,
Okay, we move on to the debate session. Remember, if you want to refute, kalau mau interrupt, raise your hand. Okay, please, the second speaker from the pro team. You have 2 minutes from now. Check.
Okay, I think we should want to use the social media because now technology is useful. Is scary. We need to use it, and most of people use English to communication. to communicating. And with the social media internet, we can know about the trending, about the viral topic, and then we can know something that we don't know quickly. We can just browse in the Google or in the Opera or something, another browser quickly, and we can bookmark it or we set the site, and we set on the you can set the desktop or another we can set it, and we can screenshot the topic we have found, or we can send maybe the screenshot the photo or videos or copy the links, and we can share the links to the another. We can sharing maybe about a lesson the people don't know. For example, we don't know about the topic in the math or physics. Somebody don't know how to solving a math problem or physics problem. We can help the person can search in Google how to solve this problem, and I think the vocabulary is I don't know.
Okay, thank you. Time's up. So, you want to review?
Yeah, I got a point, but there's positive things in social media. Yeah, I know that. But don't forget the negative things. Yeah, adults and all people that works, maybe they can use it for business. But remember, we are teenager guys. Teenager is sensitive of anything. So, I mean, like adult content or TikTok, something all of you guys know, of course, right? It's so negative. So teenagers, my opinion is teenagers should not get social media if they don't need it.
Okay, time's up. Thank you. From the audience, anyone wants to refute this argument, not this argument. Refute the pro argument. 5, 4, 3, raise your hand please. Okay.
Okay. If you want to study, then better you study Mubasharah to the directly to the teacher. Directly to the teacher. That's better and more productive and more effective.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any feedback? Before we move on to the next speaker. This is feedback, okay? Oh no, this is not the other speaker session, but you can give feedback anyone. To any of the Hayaza or Zayar.
Oh, okay. Firstly, to Ahmad, you said don't forget negative things. But now we can stop. We can see many many provider of healthy internet education, such as Ruang Guru. I've been trying it once. How to behave politely at internet. So if you say don't forget negative things, and you say teenagers shouldn't get social media. I mean, now our era is not social era which is they have no social media. So like it or don't, you love it or not, we should get used to social media. So we should learn how to use it, how to behave politely at it.
Okay, thank you. So there is no more refusal. Now we move to the second speaker from this side. Your time is 2 minutes. Starts from now. Yeah. The second speaker. It's up to you. Do you want to refute or you want to start a new topic?
Jelas
So we just take the positive thing, but and we just leave the bad something, bad thing. But we, if see the responsibility thing, we just leave it. Yes. That's it.
Okay, thank you. You want to refute?
So, does it, do you say that leave negative things and just take the positive? That, do you agree with us that teenagers can use social media? Do you mean, yeah, we agree teenager to use social media, and we mean teenager to leave negative things and just take the positive things. You just say that you knew.
Can I?
Wait, from the audience? You want to refute Asham's argument? 5, 4, 3, yes? Woo! The battle of Asham.
Today I will talk, most of them just propose that social media will be bad. But let's we talk about it. It's really big. If social media even have not to exist, there are no means you like confront a massive problem of talking to your parents or making new friends in this era. And you also said that social media have mostly have an adult content or inappropriate content, but I think it depends for human who are using. The example, for the past investor, most of them also use to have what book they are talk about adult content instead of invest in the social media. The better of searching of way out is educate the teenagers of this era for
Okay.
how we should use it.
Okay, thank you. Your time is up. So, your response?
I would agree with Sham, but I've got a little problem with Kafila. It's just like Asham said, it was right. There's a lot of positive thing, and there's lots of negative thing too. It depends to who use it, of course. But if we talk about older people or adult, it's literally okay. But if we talk about teenager is sentimental and sensitive, of course. So the average or majority is unresponsibility people. So I think it's okay to give them gadget if they want to watch something, movie or something, it's okay. But if social media, it's a different thing because there's a lot of negative, and of course teenager is lots of them. Majority are unresponsible people.
Okay, thank you. Now we move on to the third person from this group, from the pro group. Okay, your time is 2 minutes starting from now. With a conclusion. Kan the third person, gitu. Yeah. You can bring new topic or response to the previous.
Thank you for your argument. Did you say you agree that we can use that teenagers can use the social media? That's right. And
Time is running.
Okay, this way, we can skip, the teenagers can skip the explicit content or content, negative content. It's like that. It is to tell our argument that you means you give your argument to me. Okay, may I give my topic?
Sure. 1 minute left.
I agree that we have to, especially for this country, to use social media and internet. That so many of us like to doing online school, right? Anybody doesn't love offline school? But I think, especially for I still wondering what's the meaning of something a vocabulary only. If I went to Korea, if this vocabulary, I don't know.
10 seconds.
Disappointment. I don't know what disappointment I can ask for you, but maybe you is busy, sometimes but teacher is busy. But if we apart using internet, we can just search how to translate it, and then we can type in what do we want to ask to or into internet, and we can answer quickly.
Thank you. Refute. You want to refute or not? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start. Okay, audience first. 5, 4. Refute to this argument. 3, 2, 1. Okay, no one. So the cons, please.
That's right. We can searching something in the Google, but there's a lot of other things. Or like addictive, just one looking for the others.
Ten seconds. 5, 4.
That's something we have intention to the looking to searching the other people.
Okay, that's understandable. Thank you. Your time is up. So please, if you want to refute his argument. 5, 4, 3, 2. Yes. Anyone?
You see the temptation to look for another things while was it surfing online. So I said we get back to the first point. We should educate them. I mean, Islam taught us to to behave politely, to to don't look and to hold our eyes and other things. So if they are well educated, it doesn't mean it's not it doesn't bother them how harmful or how dangerous the content was.
Okay. Thank you. Now we move on to the third person in the cons. You can create a new topic or debate them. Third person. Yeah. 5. You have 2 minutes starting from now. Time is running, by the way. Just be.
That's right. Right.
1 minute.
But don't forget, there are lots of people
and use social media more than usual. And easy to say like that.
Okay, thank you. So, any rebuttal, apa namanya, rebuttal from you guys? No, cannot. Time is up. 5, 4, 3, 2, anyone? You have 10 seconds.
You see, what social media like drugs is addictive. But drugs haram, okay? No, not like that. Social media is can be used for everybody, and it's not haram. I mean, something like that.
Okay, thank you. From the audience, you want to refute the third person from here? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, no one. So you can give your comment, your last comment, before we move to the conclusion.
What we meant by drugs is the addiction aspect. So can you say it's the logical policies to say both social media and drugs is haram? It's not apple to apple. Okay? It's different things, but both can emit addiction. Okay. The business model of social media itself, the nature of social media is to tempt people to use it excessively with personal advertisement and some other things.
Thank you. So we move on to the last session from here, which is the conclusion. So to the fourth person, please conclude. Yes. 1 minute.
So, in conclusion, the positive side of social media is the first point, growth of ideas. From using social media, if we have ideas, then we are stuck, we cannot improve it further ourselves. We can use social media to ask around and communicate with another person on the social media to expand our ideas. Secondly, connect person around the world. That, in essence, is the
10 seconds.
that in essence is the reason why social media is made to connect person around the world. For example, if you have a friend close to your home, where you usually go and play to his home, and his right now is go in Japan, for example.
Thank you. That's enough. Okay, your time is up. Thank you. Conclusion from the last person in this group starts. You have 1 minute in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. On the other hand, also social media have positive and negative things. In the negative thing is like maybe there's other content and they tend to addiction to games, and then they can lose communication with their partner and others. But it depends on ourselves. How can we control ourselves when open and then when we use it, the social media.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, guys. You may go back to your audience seats. Good job. Again, I would like to appreciate that you are brave. I know it's not easy, it's very hard to speak in front of a lot of people. Okay, so thank you very much for your bravery. Ini saya izin minta waktunya sekitar 5 menit karena tadi mulainya telat juga ya. Oke, jadi I will give feedback. Pertama-tama, everyone was doing a good job, I think. Tapi if I can give you some feedback, ada beberapa feedback yang penting sekali ya. Pertama, kalau kalian tuh agree, ya udah agree aja. Kalau disagree, ya udah disagree aja. Jadi nggak boleh ada duality, nggak boleh bercabang. Tadi ada dari tim cons ya, meskipun ya kita setuju dengan pendapat Anda, tapi itu nggak boleh setuju sama sekali. Jadi jangan bilang I agree with you, but enggak, langsung aja bilang okay, but kayak gitu. Jadi jangan ada kata-kata I agree with you, but no, you cannot agree at all if you disagree gitu. Tadi banyak banget ya, kayak misalnya terakhir tadi di conclusion ya, Alif, I agree that social media have positive and negative. Tapi gimana kita kontrol diri kita aja. Nah itu nggak boleh. In a way, 50% setuju sama opinion ini. Okay. Terus yang kedua, kalian melebar tadi ya. Tadi Raihan, kalau nggak salah, melebar ke Google dan Safari, other browsers. Browsers are not social media, guys. They're different. We are talking about social media. When we talk about something, we don't talk about the other things. Gitu ya. Jadi jangan melebar. Don't deviate to other topics. Tapi tadi yang saya mau highlight juga Rafif dan juga Eki, mereka menurut saya yang paling ini ya, ideasnya paling bold dan juga the vocabulary-nya paling wide. Khususnya ketika kasih debate atau rebuttal gitu. Misalnya tadi Eki bilang, ketika Eki membantah pendapatnya Amr ya, drugs are haram, social media is not haram gitu. Kata Eki, what we mean is not that they are the same things, but what we mean is the addiction aspect of the comparison. Jadi dua-duanya sama-sama bikin addicted, meskipun dua-duanya bukan hal yang apple to apple. Tapi sebenarnya ya, ini masukan buat Amr juga, nggak semua drugs itu haram. Ketika kita sakit dan nggak ada obat lain nih selain misalnya ganja kayak gitu, kan sering tuh di kasus rumah sakit. Sometimes we can use doloria untuk saving one's life, gitu ya. Ini kondisinya sama ketika kita tersesat di hutan, nggak ada makanan kecuali babi misalnya. So in that case, babi is no longer haram, meskipun asalkan nggak digunakan berlebihan kayak gitu. Jadi itu ya masukannya. Jadi masukannya mungkin sedikit saja, because yang mau saya highlight itu adalah your speaking ability, so that's very good. Everyone was also participating. Tadi juga ada audience ya, ada Zaire dan juga Ashem. So thank you very much. Okay, so I think that's it for tonight. If you want to submit your ideas for the next NOD, please submit it in the email below, or you can come to me directly. So before we end the session, do we have any announcements from the office? Okay, please. Could you please turn off the recording?
For